Before starting this base tutorial, I want to tell you guys that instead of building it exactly how I build it, you should change certain aspects of it, so that it first of all fits you and your group, but also because of raiders. Remember that other people might find this video and use it for their own advantage when it comes to radio. I am constantly updating this base, and in every video I've been using it, it's been different. There are some flaws, but don't get me wrong. This base is very strong. If you want to understand how strong it is, watch this video, where a Chinese clan smashed it with around 270 rockets. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you see here is the external TC, which is a disconnectable TC. Pretty normal stuff. I'm gonna show later how you make them, if you don't know. And yeah, this is the compound gate, the first one. So you have some cheeky peek if you want to peek outside. You have two beds. You have a battery in here. You have a peek into the compound. You have a locker. And yeah, this is pretty good, I would say. Decent size, and you have a respawn point if you're getting raided, which is super good. You have two turrets protecting it and the compound, and it's, yeah, you can see it's pretty big compound. You can fit a lot of furnaces if you would so want to, but overall the compound it's pretty big, but it's good. So the first thing you see is the chute, which leads to the chute floor and the inner peaks. But yeah, we're gonna get to that later. And then you come into the ring. You see the inner peaks, pretty standard inner peaks. You have this like sectioned off ring, I would say. It's hard for people to like chase you and stuff if you're getting raided because of the turrets and yada yada. But I always put it on this front door to the left. I always have a ladder hatch leading to the inner peaks. It helps so much when you're getting raided. And yeah, one more thing it's pretty important to say is I always put one more door here. It's not an airlock, it's nothing, but I mean, if you're getting offlined or raided, it doesn't really matter if it's only one door. They're just gonna raid it anyways. I decided to put this door because if someone is raiding you from this side where I put the door and you only have two entrances, and let's say they have a raid base here, they could always see you try to run into the base from both sides. So it leaves you only spawning in base. So that's why I put it. It's optional, but yeah, you can have it if you want. Okay, so let's get into the base. You see this little corridor leading with a lot of garage doors. You have this second floor, which you're never gonna use later, but in the beginning it's pretty good. You have 3 furnaces, you have 4 boxes, and you have this, which I'm gonna cover in any second, and then you go down to the core. So this is the core. You have 2 furnaces, you have a lot of boxes, you have unlootable TC. I mean, all you have to do is, if you get raided and they want to loot your TC, they have to break this to be able to do it. Otherwise, they're not gonna be able to. And then, obviously, I have this this bunker, which I'm gonna show later how to build. You open it like that. A pretty good bunker, doesn't really cost too much, but yeah, let me show you later. Okay, let's go up to the 3rd floor, which is... So this entire 3rd floor, early game, is gonna be your bedroom. So you're not gonna have anything here, except you're gonna have this little peak. So as you can see, you're gonna put your beds here. So let's say you're 4 people, you put your beds, maybe you're gonna have a box with some guns or whatever. And if you're getting raided, they're most likely gonna go through doors. They might go top down as well, but all you want to do is metal this roof instantly so they can't. If they're going through doors, you have this cheeky peek, might catch them off guard. And yeah, later on you could always remove it if you want. You can leave this wood. Later on you can just seal it so the base is getting a little bit stronger, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, so let's go into the inner peaks. So the inner peaks now, it's a little bit different. Before we usually had the ladder hatches leading into open core or the core here, but we noticed that it was way too weak. So if you're losing control over this, like if someone broke these ladder hatches, it's gonna be impossible for you to seal. So we put it here, and I'm gonna cover it in a second. Let's check the inner peaks first. Inner peaks, like I said, is very normal. It's not the best one, it's not the worst one. That's what it's supposed to do. Like, you're gonna be able to see everywhere in the ring. And also we added these new bedrooms on the sides of it. So before we had so you could peek down here as well, but it doesn't really matter. It's better if you're losing control, you always have one more respawn point. You have a cheeky peek here, which you can have a crossfire with that turret, so it's kind of hard for people. Of course, you can hide here, but then you know it, and you could always pre-fire it when you're opening doors. And then obviously, yeah, you see the turret, it's mirrored, so it looks exactly the same on the other side. And you have the ladder hatch leading up here. Yeah, it's pretty good. And also you have this chutes, which you can come in straight here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good in the peaks with some good qualities. You have the batteries here. I would highly suggest you to put these batteries somewhere else. Now when you have seen them, you should put them somewhere else, because batteries is the most important deployment item, or whatever you want to say, for this base. Like, you don't want to lose your turrets. So maybe build this base and try to see if you can swap battery placements. It's very important, I would say. Okay, let's go up to the open core. So this is the open core. It's a very easy open core. It's not big. You have some boxes. You can obviously put boxes all the way around here if you would want to, but it does its job. And you usually just put your best loot here, like AKs, rockets, whatever, comps, yada yada. You have 4 bedrooms, and if you're 3, you can remove one and make another loot room if you want. If you're even 2, you can make 2 more loot rooms. It doesn't matter, whatever you want. But this base is designed for 4 people. So yeah, you have 4 bedrooms, pretty good bedrooms. Nothing special. You have 2 turrets protecting it. And like I said before, we had ladder hatches here, which was the worst. So there's multiple occasions where we got raided and we lost the control in here because we couldn't seal this. It's not like you have triangle ladder hatches just laying around in boxes. Obviously late game, like super late game, you can have that. You can put 1 ladder hatch in each bedroom, so you just know you can seal it. But it's not a normal thing. So we decided to move it and make this armored. And you could always replace this with doors if they're breaking from here. To the shooting floor. Yeah, shooting floor is pretty standard, I would say. It's some new features. First of all, one thing you're gonna notice immediately is that I've sealed off the windows. And I only use these windows to look through. You don't even need the windows. The windows are just gonna be annoying. But I wanted to have it. I wanted to have some... so I could see my opponents and yada yada. Because all you want to do is to use these new peaks we have. Like, these peaks are so good. It gives you so much angles. And you also have the wide gaps. It's mirrored. So this side looks exactly on the opposite side. And this side is obviously where the ladder hatches to the shooting floor is. From the first floor. So whenever you're coming from the outside and you want to go up fast, you just use these ladder hatches, which is pretty good. And you have these peaks everywhere. You have these roof peaks, new roof peaks, which is pretty good. I actually think this one is actually pretty good. You could always close them, and if you have this door skin, whatever it's called, industrial door or whatever, you can always see, oh, he's there. And then you close it, you know? It's pretty good. And then you have the roof access from the shooting floor, and you have everything like this. Turrets going here. You have these doors which you can like peek from. Pretty good, I would say. And yeah, then you go up to the roof from here, where you have this just normal airlock or whatever you want to say. Just come out here and yeah, the roof is pretty normal stuff, I would say. You have spots for 6 turrets. Which is enough, I would say. You can have 3 SAM sites like this. You can put more windmills if you want to on the roof as well, but we put it like this. Yeah, you probably see in my videos that we put it on the roof as well. Yes, we do that, but we prefer to have it here because I don't know, it makes the base more open on the roof. Because we like to put boxes here. We like to have mixing tables around on the roof, and we like to land minis on it safe and sound. So it's up to you guys. Well, now when you have seen this, let's get into the upkeep and build costs. So this base got a total of 5 TCs, 1 main TC and 4 external wide gap TCs. The upkeep of the main TC is around 26,000 metal, with all the doors and windows placed. Obviously the upkeep changes depending on what you upgrade to high quality metal, but more of that later. And the external TC's upkeep is around 3k metal, which is a total of 12k. What about the total cost of the base? It all comes down to how much you want to upgrade a certain material. But for this video, I made everything metal. So it's around 150,000 metal fragments, 50,000 wood, and 500 HQM. Just remember that you upgrade the base over time. It sometimes takes us 3 to 4 days to upgrade it. And sometimes we even leave parts to stone, depending on how our situation with resources are. With that out of the picture, let me show how to build a base. Alright, so we prefer a flat spot, but it's not super necessary. But I'm not gonna talk too much, I'm just gonna show, and then whenever I need to explain something, I'm gonna explain it. So I'm just gonna keep going. Let's start with the starter. Okay, so this is the starter, and obviously later on, whenever you want, when you don't need as much space, you can always place this. So this is for an unlootable TC, so the raiders have to raid through this. Later, you're gonna place your workbench here. I'm just gonna place a tier 2, but yeah, you just place workbench here, and then bags here. So whatever you're gonna do here is that you have this stair spiral triangle. I made it in 2 videos ago, I think I showed it. So what you want to do is you want to make this triangle here inside, preferably metal, because you're not going to be able to reach it later. Seal it in, and then you make this stair spiral triangle, and you place it like this, and you're gonna see this long thing sticking through. Just remember that if it's metal, these walls cannot be metal. Like these walls up here cannot be the same material. So basically, if you do that, the bunker works. But if you upgrade it to armor, like this, you can only upgrade these walls to maximum sheet metal. Let's keep going. So one more thing is this honeycombing is not, you're not gonna be able to reach it. So either you're not gonna, so I'm gonna make one side without it and one side with it. So what you can do is you just place it like this, and here's your entrance, and you can place twig here for now, which you can break later. And let's say you have metal now, you upgrade this, and now you just fill it in. Okay, perfect. So now the second floor is done. You have an entrance. All you need to do is place this, and you can place garage doors. I like to leave one of these without a double door frame, because if they're going through walls, you could just seal it with stone to hinder them getting in fast. And here also you can do this if you really need to. But yeah, as you might have noticed, I left this wood, and it's because the third floor in the beginning is going to be an early bedroom. So basically, it's an early peak. So you want to leave this wood. So it's an early peak after you have no bedrooms. You just place your beds here. Like I showed before. And you have this peak here. Later on, you can remove it and make the base a little bit stronger. But I'm gonna keep it like this for now. The new switches and changes we did to the base, you need the ring to be able to progress with the base. So I'm just gonna show you how to do it real quick. So on the triangle side, the single triangle side, you need to add like this. And this is gonna be honeycombing. So I'm just gonna fill it in. And I mean, you probably understand what I'm gonna do. But it's fully honeycombed everywhere now. So into TC, it's fully honeycombed. Into core, in everywhere it's honeycombed. Not the second floor, but the first floor is fully honeycombed. And if you happen to get raided, you're supposed to leave this twig. You can just shoot this out real quick and you close the bunker. Just remember, one important thing is you need to place something below here. You need to place something below here so you're not able to place this, whatever it's called, floor triangle frame. You just need to, you place a deployable item here, like a siren light, because you don't need TC to place this. So let me just unauth on TC real quick. And let's pretend you're a raider and you just raided through that door. You can still place it. You see it's orange, which means you can place it. So just remember to place something there. It's very, very important. Okay, so the ring. On this side, you're doing this. And obviously you do it on both of the sides. And now on this side, you do this. So now the base should look like something like this. On every side where there is two triangle foundations, just do it like this. On every side you want to do this. Okay, perfect. And now you want to decide if you want to have an extra door on the side or not. So I like to put it here, and then you just let's pretend you want to have it. You put it there. You obviously can have windows here, it just makes the base a little bit weaker. We recently removed it because you barely use them anyways. Okay, perfect. So now on each side, you want to place a double door frame and floor triangle frames on each side. Okay, perfect. Now no one can do anything. They can't jump into the base. I mean, from the windows at least. They can ladder up and go through there. But that's pretty much it. So now you just want to continue build up. Okay, perfect. So now we're going up to the inner peaks. And I mean, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is you place a door frame here and here and here and here. Perfect. So what I do is I usually put a window on this side because it's not supposed to be weak if they're going through here. So they cannot just raid through the window. So I just put it like this. Okay, perfect. Now you can just close these parts in like I'm doing. Just leave it. So when you go up, leave this side. Just put the floor triangle frame here and here as well. And the rest you just make, you just fill in with roof. So it looks like this. Because here later, I'm just gonna place it. Here later is the entrance to your open core. Perfect. And you can place doors here and windows. So now you have a fully secured base. They need to raid to get inside. And yeah, let's continue on the inner peaks. So yeah, you need to place this one above the... There's one square in the ring and there's two squares. Where is one square, you just place it. Because you're not able to do it there. And then, yeah, you just want to fill it in. And then you fill in the roof. And remember, by the way, remember this. Okay, so this is one thing that's super important. Never make the inner peaks if you don't have roof. The last thing you want to do is that you're losing control and you have all this set up. You have all these like all this inner peak set up, and if raiders are getting up, you can't do anything. They can just use it to their own advantage. So make sure to like skip this part if you can't afford to build the roof and seal everything in. And whenever you do, whenever you can afford it, you just seal it in. But let's just seal it in for now. Okay, perfect. Now it looks like, I don't know, a small tiny base, but it's actually pretty strong. And let's do the inner peaks. Let me remove this for now. Let's do the inner peaks. So first of all, you want to place doors on each side, so it's fully safe or secured. And then we go like this on the front door, like here in this door to the core. On each side you do it like this, and then you do it the same on the other side, like that. And here you don't want to place this triangle here, you want to place it here. I can show it exactly how I do it actually. Perfect. And then on the opposite side you do it as well. And like I said, I always put this ladder hatch on the left side of the airlock entrance to the ring. Always. And then you're just gonna remember it all the time, that it's always gonna be there. And then you just wanna do this, and you wanna continue to do this. Perfect. And then obviously you wanna put this here and this here. The bedrooms, you can set up the bedrooms. I'm just gonna do it now. You can do it later as well if you really, if you don't have the materials to do it, but this is how I do it. And then obviously you want to place a door here. You can have a garage door there as well, it's fine. And then you need campfires. So I just place it like in the middle like this. Gives you elevated peak. Without it, you don't see anything. And with it, you see everything. Perfect. And then also you can use this peak. Yes. Alright. Now, when you have built up this much, you should probably wait a little bit with the open core, because you're not going to be able to use it anyways. It's not secured. So we're going to go straight to the wide gaps. I'm going to start on the easier side. Obviously, before doing the wide gaps, to be able to see better, you can add this. Below each window, or not below them, but in between each window, you place two triangle foundations. Okay, like that. So now everything should look a little bit like this. Fully sealed in. Like I said before, there's two sides. There's one square and there's two square. On the one side, you place two squares, triangle, followed like this. Perfect. And from here, you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by that, exactly like this. So from the square, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the TC. Perfect. So now you wanna remove all this plus one square, and then here you do the detachable stuff. Perfect. Now everything here is it's not, this one is not connected yet, but all you need to do is place like this, and now everything here is connected. So how to break it? You just place a square foundation together with a roof like this. Let me show you one more time. You place a square foundation with a roof, and it's disconnected. And here I am making it, I'm making it different from time to time. Sometimes I like to just have it like this. with this one low. Like that, and then I'm making like this. So, like I said before, I want you guys to do it exactly like you want it. You don't have to copy everything I'm doing. I'm just showing my style, my way of how I'm making this space. And here you can place like that. And here you can place the battery. And then place that. You want to secure the battery. Like that. And then you put some doors. And the same thing from the inner peaks with the campfires. You place them kind of in the middle. You can only make one as well. It's fine. But 2 gives you a little bit more room to move. And you want to repeat there as well. And you do this on the opposite side as well. Perfect. You don't really have to build the gates instantly. I know it takes a lot of material, so whenever you feel like you want to place your compound, you can make them. And you can always make different ones. You can make smaller ones. You can make even bigger ones if you want to. But these ones are the one that I think is what suits us as a group. Okay, so now we're in the 2 square, in the 2 square part of the ring. So what you want to do is 3 squares followed by a triangle, and you want to go 1, 2, 3 triangles, and then you place triangles on the side. Remove these 2, place square, square, triangle, triangle, remove squares. Perfect. And you want to do the same as I did before. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then obviously you do it like this, how I showed before. Perfect. And you want to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Perfect. Okay, so now all you want to do is basically build up 4 of this. On like 4 double door frames all the way on top. So it's gonna be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on every side. So on each one of them, on the outer side of it, you want to place this. And this is 3. 1, 2, 3. On every side you want to do this. So half walls followed by 3 of these. Perfect. Now you can add this as well. So on these triangles, on the outskirts of it, on the outside of it, you want to add 4 more double door frames. On every single side. This is for stability. For the insane peak. And we're gonna start building on the open core. So on all these squares on each side, you're just gonna build them in like this. Okay, perfect. And now in front of, leading towards out, in front of these ladder hatches, you want to place door frames. You can have double doors here as well if you want to. I just prefer to have single. And then left of it here, it's our peaks into the core if we loses it. Perfect. Now you fill in these parts with roof. Let's fully seal it in. Perfect. Okay. Now we want to place some doors. So now the next step, what I want to do, or what I usually do, is I go straight and I straight up build this part to the roof. Why? Because it actually happened a few times that someone is laddering up on the roof or are dropping someone with mini and they get this peak for free, and you can't do too much when they have this peak. So you have to like come out, kill him from outside, or yeah, something like that. So I like to just seal this part in with a garage door. And then obviously garage doors. Like that. Okay, perfect. So now everything is fully safe and secured. You can obviously do these loot rooms if you want to. It's not super necessary. You can do that, or you can just do a normal one like this. It's basically whatever you wanna, whatever you feel like you wanna do. Both is fine. This one is also honeycombing if they would raid through this, but yeah. Okay, let's make the wide gaps. So on this side, you wanna place double doors on each of the corner, or not double door. You wanna place doors there. Okay, so that's perfect. And now you can build out like this. Just remember that it might be a little bit tricky to place the doors from the inside when you have this. You might have to go from the outside to do it. So usually what I do is I just place them before I seal this in. And remember to make them inwards, because it's gonna be annoying to close them otherwise. Like that, perfect. Okay, let's start with the wide gaps. So you just follow and you just fill it in like this. You just do like this. Remember that the single square in the ring, you have to place this. That's the only thing that you might forgot. I actually forgot it a lot of times. I had to jackhammer this, like a lot of times. Perfect. So now you have the foundations, and yeah, we can do the insane peaks. So all you want to do is place a floor triangle frame here, and followed by a door, single door frame, and whatever you have like below you. Maybe it's a triangle, maybe it's a square. So this is a square. You just place this, and you follow the same thing here. And then you can place windows in between them, and here you place the floor triangle frame, door, and you're standing on a triangle. Perfect. You do the same here. Okay, perfect. So now you can place some roof above this. Perfect. So above the door, you could either close it in fully, or you could have windows like this. That's completely up to you guys. And then all you want to do is place roof here and roof here, followed by 2 more door frames like that. And on each side, so here and here, you want to have for the stability. So you do like, you just seal it in like this. Now you can't enter it from this side. So doors are not super important in the beginning. Obviously you want to add doors there whenever you can, but it doesn't change too much. And yeah, well, let's do this on all the sides. Perfect. And now remember, on each of the sides, So here, you want to place this for stability. And then, yeah, go ahead and seal everything in. Perfect. And now your base looks like this. Now it's in a state where you're gonna be able to defend a pretty big raid, I would say. Obviously, you're gonna add a compound and stuff, but yeah, so now it's actually really good. And the only thing you need to do now is to fix these insane pigs. And by the way, I learned this from Johnny, and if you don't know who he is, you can go check him on YouTube as well. So yeah, you just place it like this. So you use the roof triangles, and yeah, you just place it on the inside. Perfect. And now we have these insane peaks. So whenever you have materials and resources to put doors, you just go ahead and put doors everywhere. Okay, perfect. So now, whether you want to seal it in or not, I'm not gonna seal it in, but I usually always seal it in. Like the windows with the strengthened glass window. But whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you guys. And just remember to do these ones as well. Okay, perfect. So now the base looks a little bit like this. And obviously in here, maybe at this point you have a tier 3 that you wanna place. You can place a tier 3. You can place some vending machines behind it. And obviously you wanna maybe make the bedrooms. You can make the bedrooms however you want. I just like to make it like this, so it serves like a little bit of honeycombing. Maybe it's weird, I know, because it's so easy to destroy this, but it's... Let's say they are raiding from that side and you're spawning at the time when it actually gets blown up, then you have time to grab and go outside. So that's why I place it like this. And yeah, so this is how you make the chutes. You just go to where there is one square, put triangle, door, this, and then you can obviously put doors. Place it like this. You go up, and you continue. You need a ladder as well. You need a ladder like this, and then you go half walls, and on the end towards here you just go small walls like that. And yeah, I like to place 2 ladders here like this. So now it does give you this peak as well. So okay, maybe not that. Okay, you can open it and peek, which is a cheeky angle, I would say. But let's get onto the roof. The roof is pretty simple. Wherever I place this insane peak, I just put roof. Like, I'm lagging. You just put roofs everywhere. And then I always put windows in between. So you're gonna see that on 2 sides you have these triangles, and on 2 sides you have these squares. So on the squares I usually put ramps. And on the triangle sides, I make one more I make one more turret pod. And then, yes, obviously you can place this on each side. Perfect. And yeah, later on, whenever you have enough materials and you have SAM sites, you just make the SAM sites. You just put the SAM sites here. And you can place one more in the middle if you really want to. Perfect. And yeah, so turrets just goes into the sides here. Pretty straightforward everything, I would say. And then obviously you make this turret for turrets as well. And your base is pretty much done. Maybe you want to put some windows on these sides. Maybe not. It's completely up to you guys. Yeah. So the compound, pretty straightforward as well. Usually what I do is I go 2 straight. I go 2 like this. And here as well. And then 2 angled a little bit. And then 2 straight. Yeah, maybe not that much angled, but... And you want to do this on all the sides. Perfect. And then obviously you want to place this one, so you want to make sure to place twig here. And then you just go in the middle of the... You can see the feet of the middle there. On the here, and like that. And then you remove the twig. And you want to do this on each side. You could add more later, whenever... So just to remember, don't upgrade this. I mean, you could upgrade this upgrade it if you want to, but... And yeah, like that. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So you see you have a lot of space for a lot of large furnaces, which is pretty insane. And oh yeah, by the way, so on the windmills goes on top of the gates. So I think it's... Wait, let me check. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 floors up. And then obviously something I'm gonna try soon is whenever I'm established, I wanna try to put turrets here. They can shoot 35 meters, and I'm pretty sure that... So this is 27 meters. So it basically can shoot everywhere. And it's so hard to see them, and it's so annoying. So I'm gonna try to place one on each of these windmill towers. But yeah, so this is pretty much it, and this is how you build a base. If something was too fast, you can always just go back and watch it again. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this base. And let me know if there's any fixes you just can see, like you can give me, that I might try, you know? I have everything in mind already for the next wipe, but let me know what you think.